Hey good people, Tiffany Javon here back with another video, and today is an amazing day, guys. Today is March 19th, 2025, and we have some amazing news. So, fresh off the press, we just heard that the SEC has officially dropped the Ripple case, Ripple appeal case, and so that case had been going on for, for about 4 years. And let me go back. Basically, what happened was they were trying to pick, by they I mean the SEC, the government at the time, the administration at the time, was trying to pick winners and losers. Instead of providing clarity for the digital asset space, for the cryptocurrency space, they were trying to basically, target those that they felt like could be something. And I really truly feel like they targeted Ripple and XRP, because XRP, that's who Ripple has built the infrastructure around that token. I felt like they targeted them because they knew that they were going to be something, right? And so they wanted their favorites, their Bitcoin, their Ethereum, and different things like that to get a head start, so to speak, on adoption, a head start, so to speak, on getting adopted, getting picked up, getting found out, or whatever the case may be. Basically, being visible, to the human race, basically. And so let me read this. This is actually from CNBC. This is awesome news. So basically, with this case being dropped, that this paves the way for XRP to grow like it needs to grow. There's literally about 17 or 18 right now ETF applications on the SEC's desk to get approved, right? And so what was holding a lot of things up for XRP was because Ripple, the company again that built the infrastructure around the XRP token, was under this attack, was under this SEC case. And so this case has been going on for 4 long years. I've been here, guys, ever since the start of this thing, and I'm telling you, it was brutal. It was brutal. I didn't doubt XRP in the slightest. I knew I was, I had researched the team. I believed in what, they were trying to do. I believed in how they were trying to reform the digital asset space and how they were trying to lay the infrastructure for digital payments. And so it says, XRP surges after Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says SEC is dropping its lawsuit against the company. XRP surged, and it says the price of XRP was last higher by 10% at $2.49 per token. It's been almost 4 years and about 3 months since the SEC originally sued us, says Brad. Certainly a painful journey in a lot of ways, Garlinghouse said at the Digital Asset Summit in New York on Wednesday morning, which was literally this morning. I really deeply believe that we were going to be on the right side of the law and the right side of history. And the system just feels broken. That we had to fight this fight for the industry, and you had an SEC attacking the industry, particularly the Ripple case. He continued, there were no victims. There was no investor loss. They were just not acting in good faith. And he's speaking about the SEC because in the SEC bringing forth this case to Ripple, it literally stifled and snatched away $15 billion in investment dollars from the retail. And retail is you and I, like retail people that go to the store and buy stuff. Retail, like the people, me and you. So if we are invested, the SEC, who they're supposed to be in place to protect the investor, you and I, they're supposed to be protecting retail, but they weren't protecting us. They were basically just trying to get a payday, basically. See who they can sue, see whatever sticks, whatever don't stick, people were just coughing up. They was coughing up their wallets or whatever case, busting out the checkbooks and writing a check. It says, in 2020, the SEC sued, 2020, that's a long time from now, right? 4 months, 4 years, 3 months. Okay. In 2020, the SEC sued Ripple for breaching U.S. securities laws by selling XRP without first registering it with the agency. And what's so crazy about it is, even before this case was brought forward, Ripple was reaching out to the SEC to meet with them. And they were meeting with them. They were meeting with them in person. They were meeting with them over the phone. They were meeting with them via email or whatever the case may be. They were meeting with them. They were meeting with them. They were asking the questions. They were going with their note pen and their pad. They were going in these meetings, asking for clarity. Like, okay, I want to play the game, but I don't want to play the game the wrong way. So give me the rules, SEC. This is what Ripple was doing. They were going into having these meetings. They were saying, hey, I want to make sure, yes, we have this stuff going on and we want to build this infrastructure, but we want to make sure we're doing it compliantly. We want to make sure we're doing it by the book. And so they went in with that in mind, and then the SEC, with their manipulative, conniving selves, they was welcoming them in, saying, hey, you work with us on the front end. We'll let you know the rules of the road. We'll let you know what you need to do in order to be compliant. If we feel like XRP is a security, we'll let you know the different steps that you need to take in order to issue the coin. But XRP was not a security. XRP didn't have an initial ICO, initial coin offering. We didn't raise any pre-allocated funds or whatever the case may be, or we didn't have any pre-seed funds that were raised to get this coin or get this token created. It was already done by itself. Okay, so it says, the company scored a partial victory in 2023 when U.S. District Attorney Annalisa Torres handed down the decision, which was hailed as a landmark win for the crypto industry. Still, while XRP at that point was not considered a security when sold to retail investors on exchanges, it was considered an unregistered security offering if sold to institutional investors. And that was the difference. So the difference between retail UNI and institutional investors, institutional is like banks and big organizations of that sort. Those are institutional investors. And so they basically said, if Ripple sold to UNI, it wasn't, a security, but if they sold to big banks or whatever the case may be, or big institutions, big financial institutions, then it was a security, which I feel like it just wasn't a security, period. But that's kind of how this decision was split back in 2023. Then it says the development comes as the SEC moves quickly to reverse much of the damage in the crypto industry left by the previous administration. I'm not going to even lie to you. The Biden administration, they were not pro-crypto. Like, they were not helping in the slightest when it came to crypto administration, when it came to crypto innovation, when it came to advancement of these digital currencies, because just kind of like when the internet came out, it's something new. So because Bitcoin was something new and all the cryptocurrencies, now granted, anything new, it must be explored, right? If it's to be utilized in a great way, if it's to be rolled out in a massive way or whatever, or adopted, or whatever, globally, it has to be explored. But also prior to it being explored, some rules need to be in place, right? Rules need to be set in place because people need to know how to play the game. They don't want to they come and watch the game, but we can't play correctly if we don't know the rules. And so that's what we've been trying to do since the beginning of the time, was get the rules from the SEC. And they pretty much was not giving it to us. They was painting the street gray, right? They wouldn't give it, wasn't black or white. It was just gray. It was in the middle, And so they tried to dangle a carrot kind of in front of Ripple and say, all you have to do is do this, this, and this. And then they do this, this, and this. And then it's like, and then they go forth and try to conquer. And then they turn around and say, okay, well, now you didn't do this. Or you didn't do this. And it's like, well, you didn't tell me to do that. How am I supposed to know? I'm not a mind reader. It's been crazy. So it says last month, the agency ended its enforcement case against Coinbase, closed its investigations into Robinhood's crypto unit, Uniswap, Gemini, and Consensus. So all these different cases that the SEC had brought forth in the previous administration, right now in the current administration, all these cases have been dropped. Because there's really no basis for these cases other than the previous administration's SEC was trying to get a payday, just to be honest with you. And it says, with no enforcement action, scale back its crypto enforcement unit and declare meme coins are not securities. So that's a good thing. This week, the newly formed SEC Crypto Task Force will kick off a roundtable series focused on defining the security status of digital assets. XRP was created by the founders of Ripple in 2012. It is the native token of the open source XRP ledger, which Ripple uses in its cross-border payments business, about 95% of which takes place outside of the US. Ripple is the largest holder of the XRP coins. The coin was the biggest beneficiary of the post-election Trump trade. It is up more than 385% since then and up 18% this year. So this is big, guys. Like you guys are gonna hear me talk about XRP quite a bit because this is one of my favorite coins. Now, is this the only thing that I'm invested in? No, but I do believe that it has a lot of upward mobility. Like it's gonna go up like nobody's business. Now that this case has been dropped, you know, and then come tonight, you know, you have the Japan and the South Korean markets opening up. You know, they sleep while we're up, and then they're up while we're sleeping, and so their markets are going to open up tonight. I believe around 7, maybe 8 o'clock tonight or something like that. I think they're 12 hours ahead of us. Maybe 8 o'clock tonight, their markets are going to open up, and they're going to get this news that the case is dropped, and so their you know, institutions and organizations and their retail is going to start, you know, capitulating, meaning start grabbing up some of these tokens or start, you know, buying up some of these coins or whatever the case may be. So it's going to be a great time, a great ride. If you hadn't invested into crypto, I would say invest in a little bit of XRP. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just saying, or invest into not only XRP, but invest in what they just rolled out. They mentioned 5 coins that was going to be a part of the crypto reserve. I would focus on those 5 or whatever, or ones that you know, like out of 3 out of the 5, 2 out of the 5, whatever. Get something, because the fact that they were even labeled and named, and given the fact that the United States government is rolling this out, then you know that a lot of money is about to come into those coins specifically. Not to say that there's not others. There's plenty of others, but that's where you gotta, you know, DYOR, you gotta do your own research, okay? And so, until my next video, guys, I'm super excited. Another thing that's coming down the pipeline for XRP is that there is, like I said, 17, 18 ETF applications on the current SEC administration's desk, and I can't wait. I just believe that those are going to get approved here soon as well. So even with that, that's going to be, that's going to be a lot of money, even more money coming into the crypto space, or whatever the case may be. So that's going to be great. If you would, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until my next video, guys, stay blessed. Bye.